Oh my god. You whack mom. Why are you so handsome? Boo 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 boo. Oh, my little baby's hair. Mom didn't comb your hair today, huh? No. Oh, I love hugs. I know it's been the longest time ever since we've made a video, and it's not even we right now. It's just me. Aaron's at work. Austin's over there on his little walker. But yeah, I honestly feel like it's my fault that we haven't done a video because Aaron's constantly telling me like, babe, we need to do a video. Like, let's just record anything. And I'm like, no, like, we need to have good content, whatever. And I think in trying to like wait for good content, I've been missing out on things that can be good content, if that makes sense. We even recorded his first haircut. We cut his hair for the first time a couple days ago. Super cute. He did such a good job. I'll probably post a clip for you guys so you guys can see. His hair looks so cute. I mean, not right now because I haven't combed it, but it looks so cute. Aaron did a really good job. He actually wanted to cut him like bald because you know how baby's hair sometimes grows patchy, it grows uneven. And Aaron wanted to even all of it out, but I was like, no, he's gonna look like crazy, like a bald baby. So he kind of looks a little patchy right now, but not crazy bad, you know? Almost done, amor. So the point of this video, guys, is I wanted to share with you guys my labor story. So I don't know what I try to do with my hands right now. So Austin's original due date was on October 31st. And I honestly was super, super sad that that was his due date. Like, I did not want him to be born on Halloween. Like, I did not want my babies to be born on a holiday. And I like them to have their own day. Like, even sharing a birthday, I mean, I think it's kind of cool, but I don't really like it. Like, I want my kids to have their own day, if that makes sense. And I feel like Halloween, his birthday will always wrap around the fact that it's Halloween. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So on October 1st, I actually started getting contractions. At that time, as you guys know, he's my first child. So I didn't know what contractions were supposed to feel like. So I started getting them like too close together. So when people get contractions, they usually get them like, 10 minutes apart, 15 minutes apart, and then they get like to 5, 3, like it like shortens, as your time is going. And my contractions were like super close. Like they were non-stop. I was not getting that time to rest. I was not getting that 10-minute gap. I was not resting. I was just getting them non-stop. I wasn't sure if that's how contractions were supposed to feel. One moment. Hi, Chulos. Hi, gordos. So I didn't know if that's how contractions were supposed to feel. So basically, I was calling my mom. She wasn't answering. She was at work. I texted her. I texted my aunt because I was like, you know what? I don't know who else to ask. I think I even texted my sister too. I'm not sure. And I just told them like, hey, you know what? I'm getting pains. I explained to them like I sent them all like the same message. I think I'm getting pains. I'm not sure if it's contractions. Like, do I go to the doctor? Like, I didn't want to go to the hospital if it wasn't something that I had to go for. I was like, what do I do? Like, do I get in the shower? I wasn't sure. So Aaron during this time was getting ready to go to work. And he was like, well, do you want me to stay? Like, I can stay because he saw that I was like in pain, right? And I was like, no, like, that's fine. Like, just go to work. Like, I'm going to get in the shower. I got in the shower, whatever. I was trying to relax. And I was in pain, like, to the point where I had to sit in the shower. And I was like, literally, like crunched like this, like in pain. Like I was, no. And Aaron was like seeing that I was in pain, right? And he was like, babe, like I can stay. Like my nails look crazy. I know. He's like, babe, like I can stay. And I was like, no, that's fine. Like go to work. Like, I'll call you if anything happens. Like I'll let you know. Point being, he leaves during this time. As he's leaving, my aunt's calling me and he already left, right? My aunt's calling me and she was like, you need to go. Like, if they're too close together, you have to go to the hospital. Like, what if something's wrong? Like, I'm getting freaked out, right? Keep in mind that his due date wasn't until October 31st. So we had nothing ready. Like, literally nothing ready. Like, We had everything. Like we had his diaper bag, we had the car seat, we had everything, but we didn't have anything prepared. Like the car seat was not in the car, the diaper bag was not ready. Like we didn't have time. Like, I mean, maybe we should have been prepared and maybe next time I'll know. But this time around we were not ready. And so I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to hurry up. Like I have to go to the doctor. And so I called Aaron and I'm like, babe, come back. Like Rosie said we need to go. Like we have to go to the doctor. And he's like, okay, I'll be there, whatever. So Aaron's like super excited right now, right? He's thinking like the baby's coming, he's recording, and like just for us, right? He's doing a video for us and for Austin. He's like talking to Austin in the video, like he's like happy, all hyped. And I'm like not having it. I'm like now that I think about it, I'm like, aw, you know? But I was like in so much pain. Like I was like, oh my God, like I'm not having it. Like I don't want to be recorded. I don't want to be talked to. Like if you're gonna record me, that's fine, but just don't talk to me. I know that's super mean. So we go to the doctor and the doctors are asking me like annoying questions that I just don't even want to answer. Like, what's your phone number? What's your address? Like I'm like, oh my God, can you just ask Aaron these questions? Like he has the answer to all these questions. So they checked me how far I'm dilated, and I'm not dilated enough. They told me like I'm like half a centimeter dilated, and they didn't know why I was getting contractions like so close together. So they admitted me in a room. They told me that they were gonna have to stop the labor because I was supposedly like in labor, right? What's wrong, my little love? Sorry guys, mommy duties. So they weren't sure why my contractions were like too close together. So they admitted me and they told me like, we're going to have to stop your labor because I was basically considered to be in labor, right? And I remember telling the lady like, can you just let me have him? Like, I'm ready. Like, can we just like go through with it? Like, he's already ready to come out. Like, I'm getting contractions. And she was like, no, it would be considered preterm. And I think I was like 35 or 36 weeks by this time. I'm not sure. I was super annoyed. I was like, okay, like that's fine, you know? And they told me though that if the contractions continued, then they were not going to stop them. That they were just going to, bless you. They were just going to go ahead and like, and let me have him, you know? So I honestly was low-key hoping that the contractions would continue. I mean, even though I was in pain, I wanted to have him. I was like, I'm ready, you know, to see him. Basically, they stopped and I ended up going home. I was super, super disappointed. Honestly, I was like, what the heck? Like, I was expecting to go in the hospital, like having my baby and then coming out of the hospital with my child, you know? But honestly, I was thankful that everything was fine. Everything was okay. So I was like, okay. So since he was ready to come out, I was doing the most to have him. Like I was taking the Primrose pills. I was doing exercises on the yoga, you know, like that yoga ball. I was doing it all. I was doing squats. Me and Aaron would take a long, long walks. I was drinking tea that supposedly helps induce you. I was doing the most, right? I remember waking up on October 17th, and this is like not a joke. I woke up and I told Aaron, like, I want to have Austin today. And he was like, really? Why today in particular? And I was like, because like, first of all, if I have him either today or tomorrow, he will not share a birthday, which was like one of my things that I didn't want him to do, you know? I was like, he won't share a birthday. I was like, and it like aligns up perfect with my schedule. And when I say schedule, I mean my school schedule. Keep in mind that October was like the middle of the semester. So I was taking exams after exams after exams. And I was only going to take 2 weeks off of school after having Austin. So if I had him on the 17th or 18th, it would have lined up perfectly to where I just would have had to take an exam, I think the 18th at night, which was online. And then everything else would have lined up perfectly. Like I would have been able to go back in 2 weeks and start fresh, right? So I was like, you know, like I should try to do stuff, like more stuff to like see if he comes today. And everyone was like, well, we'll see, you know. I was already doing the most. So he was kind of like, we'll see what happens. So that day he goes to the gym. We're like normal routine, right? He goes to the gym, he comes back and he's like, I have a surprise, like let's go somewhere. So he ends up taking me to the pumpkin patch, and that was like the greatest surprise in the world in that moment because I wanted to go to the pumpkin patch so bad. And with everything going on, like I just thought like, you know what, we're not even going to be able to carve pumpkins this year. Like, I don't know. So I was super, super thrilled. I was so excited. And after the pumpkin patch, I was like, you know what? We should go and buy the pumpkin carving kit so we can carve the pumpkins. And he was like, okay, let's go to Walmart. So we end up going to Walmart. And at Walmart, I told him, like, now that we're here, let's get pineapples. So we got like this huge tray of pineapple, and I mean huge. And the slices were already cut, you know. We get home and we decided to watch a movie instead of carving the pumpkins. Like, I don't even know why. So we end up watching a movie, and as we're watching, we're eating, right? We're eating pineapple, like we finished that tray. I think there was only like 5 left, but that tray was big. So we finished it, right? And as soon as I finished it, we finished it, I was like, my stomach's hurting, right? And I told him, like, babe, my stomach hurts. And he was like, ooh, contractions. Like, he was like trying to be funny. And I was like, nah, you know, I don't know. I kind of didn't want to put my hopes up because of what happened on October 1st, you know? So I was like, nah. So later on that day, Aaron's like, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. So we go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and my contractions started getting stronger. I wasn't even eating. Like, I was relaxed, not relaxed to the point where I was like chilling, but just relaxed where I was glad that we were there because the fact that we were out was distracting me from the pain, you know? We ended up coming back home. Empire was on. It was a Wednesday. We started watching Empire, you know, and I don't know if it was Empire that was distracting me, but after Empire finished, my contractions hit hard. Like, it was like, it's go time, baby. Like, they were so hard and so strong. And point being, Aaron like kept checking in and out, you know, and he, at the end, he was like, you know what, like, let's go to the hospital. Let's just go. And I was like, no, I don't want to go if they're not going to admit me. And he was like, babe, we live in Fresno. Like, if they don't admit you, what's the worst that can happen? We come back home. Like, we live 2 minutes away. And I was like, I mean, that's true. Like, I don't even know why I wasn't thinking that. So as soon as we get to the hospital, they checked how many centimeters I was dilated, and I was already 5. And I was so happy because I was like, give me the epidural. Like, I knew I could get admitted. I knew I was able to get the epidural. So I was like, give me the epidural. And I remember the lady being like, okay, like, we're going to have to admit you. Like, we're going to have to do an IV. I don't even know what she was saying, but obviously her words gave me comfort. You know, I was like, yes, like, I'm going to get the epidural, which is super funny because when I was like barely pregnant, like a few months pregnant, I remember saying like, I want to do it as natural as possible, blah, 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 blah. But after I had the contractions on October 1st, I was like, you know what? It's 2019. Like, actually, it was 2018 during that time. It's 2018. Like, this is why they made medication. Like, I'm not going to suffer just because, like, you don't win a prize for suffering. But anyways, and I remember Aaron, like, telling me, like, babe, like, just try. Like, you can do it. Like, I know you can do it natural. Like, just try. And I was like, just be supportive. Like, I was like, just be supportive. Like, I just want it, babe, you know, whatever. And honestly, Aaron was like the best through it all. Like, he was so supportive. He was like right there when I needed him to be there. Like, he was the best support system I could have had. I honestly don't even know how it would have gone if he was not him, you know, because he knew how to act in every single situation. Like, he was so helpful. After that, they admit me to a room. And they're taking forever. Like, I don't even know why. Things are going like super bad. The computers were off. After the computers got on, the system was down. The guy that was going to give me the epidural did not want to give it to me because I had to sign this consent form online. And I was like, guy, I'm telling you, like, I'm ready to do it. He did not want to do it. The girl that was like giving me the IV was like, she literally made like 4 mistakes. And every time she would make a mistake, she'd be like, oh, I messed up. I'd be like, girl, get it together. Like, come on. Like, I didn't tell her anything because I get it, you know. She's learning, like, shit happens. But I was like, come on, this is not my day. And at the end, he ended up doing it, you know, without, like, me signing any form because, the nurse was snapping at him. And I was like, thank you. And he ends up giving me the epidural, whatever, you know. And after that, man, it was the best. Like, I took a nap. Aaron was relaxed. I was relaxed. We were in a good mood. I was chilling, you know. Oh, wait. I forgot to say, when they gave me the epidural, they checked me and I was already 8 centimeters dilated, which means I could have just like sucked it up for a little bit more longer and I would have done it natural, you know? But I don't regret it. It was such a great experience. My papa is not talking. 30 minutes like after I got the epidural, the doctor had to come induce me because he told me that Austin's heart rate was going too high. So I was like, okay, yeah, definitely, you know. So he induced me. He's like, we're just gonna let him calm down naturally, you know, let his in his own course, you know. So I was like, that's fine. I don't know how long it was for the nurse to come in, and she was like, hey sweetie, this was the same nurse that was like the best, right? She had my back and everything. She was like, hey sweetie, so we're gonna try to do practice pushes if that's okay with you. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So she adjusted my legs, you know how you're supposed to be, and she's like, okay. So she was like trying to teach me how to do the practice pushes. She was like, did you want to wake your husband up? And I was like, that's fine, you know, whatever. Like we're just doing practice ones anyway, right? So as I'm like doing practice pushes, I think I did like 3 or 4, I'm not sure. And she was like, hold on, I need to go get the doctor, you're already crowning. So all the doctors come, and then I realized like, okay, it's happening. That's what it meant, right? Like it's happening. So she was like, did you want me to wake your husband up now? And I was like, yeah, you know, like wake his ass up, like he needs to wake up. So you know, the doctor comes in, right? And he's like, okay, he's like, can you do a little push for me? And then I did a little push, and I'm doing a little push while Aaron's walking like this way, right? Like, because there was too many machines here, so he couldn't even be by me if he wanted to. So he had to go around either to see or to be by me, right? So as he's going around, the doctor is like, one more little push, just one more, okay? And then I did it thinking like, a little push is not going to do anything, right? I didn't even feel anything. I did not expect to see Austin like on me when he said one little push. Like I did not expect that, you know? And Aaron like basically almost missed it, like, you know? And I was like, oh my God, you know, they clean them for you. They do everything they have to do. And it was honestly the best experience in the world. Like, I want 1,000,000 of you. Yeah. I want 1,000,000 of you. I am super happy with my experience. Like, it was so beautiful. It was so, like, fast. Like, it just happened so fast. Like, I don't know if it was him, if it was me, if it was that I was, like, dilated. Like, I don't even know what. Like, he just came so fast. And, like, the after experience was obviously the best. Like, your family comes and visits you. Like, me and Aaron were super, super in love. We still are super, super in love. Like, he is the best thing that could have happened to the both of us, honestly. Oh, little Austin. He motivates me every single day. I love you. I love you. Booze. So yeah, guys, that is our story. If you haven't subscribed to us, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I feel weird like ending this video without Aaron. Like I'm always like, take it out. It's your turn. But yeah, our next video will probably be his baptism coming up. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be back with more videos. Get your hand out of your mouth, boy. Get your hand out. Get your hand out. Get your hand out.